Hello,
hello
everybody.
audience. Hello Robert.
Klaus. Yeah, today we have some kind of premiere together because this is the first episode of Fun with Relux where we have a guest, not a physical guest, an online guest, but a guest.
Yes.
And the topic is today, Klaus?
Our topic is today 3D room scanner. And there we are working in a cooperation with a company from Austria. The company Kinetic Dimensions, and as a guest we have Dr. Luca Debiasi with us, and he will explain mostly what they are doing and also the interface to the ReluxDesktop program. And we guess, or we hope, that this will be a very interesting issue today.
It will. Yeah.
And yes. So
it's about a 3D room scanner app. So we had found we found together in cooperation with this company that was mentioned from Austria, and this is an app, a phone app, where you can scan in room, simple, and then the scanned room can be downloaded into ReluxDesktop. So you can use and scan of a room directly in ReluxDesktop in a really good quality, I have to say. And we did not invent this at Relux, so this is something from an external cooperation partner, and therefore, please welcome Luca Debiasi with us, and from Austria, from Salzburg, or close to Salzburg. Welcome, Luca.
Hi, Klaus. Nice to see you again. I'm very happy to be here and to tell you a little bit about the solution we created to basically make digitization of rooms possible for everyone. So that's our big goal.
Yeah, to tell you, it's not just an application just for Relux. It's also compatible with Relux, and we also have a lot of collaborations together in order to bring this in a nice shape into Relux. But the application is also useful for all kind of other use cases. It's not just Relux. That's why it's also a separate company. And Luca is also one of the developers, or the lead developer, or the head of development at this company. And so we are quite happy to have you in this technical conversation, in this technical round. It's a pleasure to this format. And maybe you can tell us about what is this app, what can it does, and how it looks.
Yeah, thanks, Robert. I can share my screen. I've prepared some slides about this. So I hope you can see it.
Yep, it starts.
Great. So today I would like to present our technology platform called Amrax, with the two products that we developed, which are the Metaroom app for scanning and Metaroom Studio to organize and process the data. So as a lot of you might know, creating 3D plans for buildings is extremely complex and time consuming. And as a result, most of the plans today are created in 2D or are created in 3D manually by drawing all the geometry and all the properties of the rooms. So we want to give a solution to this for everyone in order to scan, see, and collaborate with these 3D plans or 3D models of buildings and rooms. And hope that our customers can save a lot of time, basically. As mentioned before, our main pillars are basically the three steps in our workflow. Scan. So first, you can use our Metaroom app, which can be downloaded on the Apple App Store for free, so everyone can try it out. This application guides the user in a very simple way, so it's really easy to use in order to achieve a good scan of a room. Then the scan result can be visualized and also modified because obviously, like, you can think about everything that is automated and tries to like make a very complicated matter easy, sometimes can contain errors. So you have the possibility to fix these small errors. And then together with Relux, we worked on an interface in order to be able to process this very rich 3D model data in ReluxDesktop and basically perform a light planning. So I want to show you talk to you about some things or some details of our solution. As mentioned before, the scan happens on our Metaroom app. So one of our main goals was to enable everyone to perform room scans or scans of buildings, floors, and rooms. And that's why we focused on mobile smartphones. And Apple has a good platform for this, because they, on one side, they have the very good hardware, so they include a LiDAR sensor in their devices, and this is necessary to also achieve accurate measurements. So because the scans, obviously, if you want to use them as plans or accurate 3D models or digital twins for the rooms or buildings, the measurements obviously need to be accurate. So and together with their ecosystem, it was basically suited for us to use these devices to perform the scan. I will show an example of scanning a room later. We currently support all iPhone Pro devices that contain a LiDAR scanner. These are basically all iPhones and iPad Pros. So iPhone Pro and iPad Pro that have been, I think, produced after 2020. So that's basically where our scan app works. Then we also have a cloud-based AI engine, our Amrax technology, that performs the 3D reconstruction. But it does not just basically do a 3D reconstruction of the data. It also tries to really put intelligence into the scene that was scanned. So this can be described as basically as scene understanding, and that's also what our goal is, to combine all the information, a lot of information that is acquired during scan that you even might not see during the scan process, because this is simplified so that everyone can perform such a scan. And we try to combine the information in one model and basically exploit also all the relations between the different types of data. In the middle, you can see different information that we extract from the scan data. For example, we get the dimensions of the room or the room geometry, including doors and windows. We can basically calculate textures for the different surfaces. We can detect furniture and also detect the furniture type. We can detect different unique elements such as picture frames. We can also understand the lighting condition and colors within the room that were present during the acquisition. And we also work towards materials. So we can extract a lot of additional data that might not even be possible to manually capture, basically. And if we are also extensively working on extending the data that we can capture from the scan, and more on that later as well. And the third pillar, collaborate. For this, we have a web application that is called Metaroom Studio, and which can be used in any browser, and which helps you organize your scans. Also contains a 3D visualization and has all the features to collaborate with others and your scans. So you can export the scans or the 3D model in different formats, also share your rooms with other Metaroom users, and yeah, basically helps you make the step from a 3D model into your workflow. And this is where most of the existing 3D scan apps fail, because they just give you a file yeah, that's it. And you have to see yourself how you can use it, what information it contains. And this is also where the collaboration with Relux was very fruitful, because that way we are able to really transport all the information that we have in this very rich 3D model also into specialized software such as ReluxDesktop.
Yeah, also have to say this is the game changer, because this is not another just 3D scan app for an .cloud data format. It really recognized the room, it recognized the furniture, it recognized everything, and it's rebuilt the room in a 3D shape which we can use in ReluxDesktop. In ReluxDesktop, we really need simple objects, flat walls with just a rectangle, and not a lot of details in it. And this is perfect, this match.
So yeah, like Robert mentioned, we try to create, or we create fully parameterized models of the 3D scene. So they are easy to use also in further workflows, and you don't have to deal with like lots of triangles and stuff like this. So on this slide, you can see we are very proud that we already have more than 10,000 rooms captured. We started our beta phase last year in September, which lasted until July this year. And since July, we launched our scan application and Metaroom Studio. And yeah, it's available on the App Store, Apple App Store, for everyone who wants to download it for free. Yeah, again, a short overview. So our key USPs are that you can save a lot of time when you need to digitize rooms into 3D formats. We have a really strong focus on user friendliness. So our goal is that everyone should be able to scan a room without any expert knowledge, for example, and also capture a very rich 3D model and scene without having any expert knowledge. So we want to automate as much as possible. And yeah, we want to enable collaboration. So we also have a share function where users or customers can share their scans with other users. And we want to basically minimize errors in the end-to-end workflow, so that no one needs to go back because, for example, one measurement was wrong. You need to go back on site and redo all the measurements. We want to try to minimize these errors in the whole workflow. Yeah, this already brings me to the example of a 3D scan, how this works. So I will show you this. So here you can see the start screen of our Metaroom app, and we will now just scan a room. So this is an office in our building. It's a very simple room, but I think it's good to show how fast and easy the scanning process is. So basically what you do, you can imagine the scanning process as just, yeah, maybe taking a video of the room, and everything that you show, or that you point your device at, your camera at, will be recognized, and you can move around freely within the room. So user, or you can decide however you want to scan the room, and our solution tries to recognize everything within the room. And as you can see, the scan is finished now for this room. That should be over quickly, and yeah, that was it. So the room is captured, including all furniture, the room geometry, the doors and windows. Here you can see some modifications that can be made after the scan. If there were some errors, for example, the large windows were recognized as a single one. And yeah, we also have, due to the integration with Relux, we also can choose a room type. So according to this DIN norm, which we can do here, this will be also transported into ReluxDesktop automatically. Then we have the possibility to organize the scanned rooms into buildings, floors, projects, etc. So this is also, the user can choose however he wants to organize them by giving a name to the room. And yeah, that's it basically. You can also add some special notes. And what we saw here, this circle was the upload to the cloud, and the room is now basically reconstructed with our cloud solution. And what you can do from here is go into Metaroom Studio. So you go to Studio.Amrax.ai and log in with your user account. And you can see Metaroom Studio, which gives you an overview of your scanned rooms. And if we have a look at the previous room that was scanned, you can see it here. You also have a 3D visualization again of the room. And you can also go back and export it in different types of formats. For example, for ReluxDesktop as an RDF file. We have in Metaroom Studio, we have a credit system, and basically everything is free, and you only pay for the export in the different formats. So basically to export the data from our ecosystem into other workflows, every user gets 3 credits for free to try out to try out our solution that we created. And after that, you can also upgrade your credits, which you can see here in Metaroom Studio or on our website. The pricing, the current pricing model that we see here is outdated. So my colleague Henrik told me to show you the updated one, which will be updated in the next few days. So based on user feedback, which is really important to us, we created different plans to hopefully find the right plan for everyone. And if you're not happy with the plans that we offer, you can always contact us, and I'm sure we can find a solution for how to give you more credits and let you work. Yeah, that was it. Basically, this RDF file can then be saved, for example, to your computer and can be opened in ReluxDesktop. So I hand over to Robert, so he can show you how to work with it in ReluxDesktop.
Yeah. Thanks very much, Luca. Really interesting. And yeah, so the workflow continues by having the RDF file, and it's really simple like this. You get from Metaroom directly the RDF file, and the RDF file is a normal, as you know, ReluxDesktop file. You can open it and work with it further on.
Yes, we can show it.
We will show it. We have the room which was scanned in the video. We have him here as a file, and we can show you how it looks, but don't expect any surprises. it's the room in Relux, as you know.
As you know it, we have here the room. The interesting thing is now, for example, so that the table is a table as a single object. It is not only a whole mesh with everything is included. Also, very nice is that they will not scan every detail which is inside of the room. For example, you have seen on the floor there is like a mouse or something like that. All these effects, which are mostly giving for us during the planning process, is a kind of ballast. Is not included. It is filtered out. We have the structural and the important things. And then we can work inside of the program as we know it. In this example, we have just prepared a daylight calculation, but you can also then later make
put luminaires into it. It's of course Relux is an application to put in luminaires to calculate and to simulate luminaires. This is the reason to use it. This is the standard normal Relux without any restrictions. Works quite well. Maybe in the video from Luca, you have seen that there was also an sealing construction, which is also possible soon to scan it and also soon be able to see it in ReluxDesktop. So we will also put in different types of sealings, which is also important sometimes for lighting, to have an wood or having a sloped ceiling or something also reflected in the scan. This is also something which is not normal for a 3D scanner. The normal 3D scanners, there's a lot of in the market, just scans the room, the ground floor. It's intended to have the floor plan in a way, but really to have the ceiling level on it. This is really unique again for this Amrax tool. That's why we're also looking forward. I've heard that it's with the next major release, it should be possible, something like mid-September. The guys are quite fast, I have to say, in terms of development. So we started our cooperation something in February or in this area, and from zero to RDF file creation in a couple of weeks, months. It's really incredible that we have it this fast in this quality available. So I'm looking forward. Of course, there is a lot more in the pipeline, and maybe Luca, you can maybe show us. I know you have 2 slides. What is the future? Just one.
Yeah.
Or maybe we going in the looking for the slides and then Klaus
before
can
the slides we will just show you. This is also.
It's Luca.
Sorry, I already took over because.
Then
use this bit later.
A small sneak preview of upcoming features that we plan to release this year, or like Robert mentioned, with the release of the next major iOS release, so iOS 17 mid-September, so mid-end September. So there will be a huge update regarding MultiRoom and multi-scan. Basically, from then on, or up until now, it was only possible to scan single rooms and to further process them. And here we enable a lot of more use cases where it's possible to scan whole floors and whole buildings using our solution, and also have like the correct alignment and orientation of different rooms. And with this also comes the upgrade of the room geometry complexity. So we are able to handle also slanted walls, slanted ceiling, different ceiling heights, and so on. So very excited for this. It's currently in development, and we are very excited to release it to you soon. And another feature that we are planning on releasing this year is the light source detection, so fully automated. You just do your scan as usual, and with the help of different AI algorithms, we try to automatically recognize existing light sources and try to determine their position, shape, and size in order to transport the data directly to ReluxDesktop, where, for example, renovation projects can be made.
Yeah. Well, in Relux, then you will find a kind of placeholder, but Relux still knows at this position there is a luminaire, so you have just to replace this placeholder with a real luminaire from, for example, from one of our manufacturers, and then you can directly make your calculations and check the results and make your offers and so on.
Yeah, this is perfect for renovation. If you have a one-to-one replacement, this is the fastest way to do it. And in Europe, we have more renovations as new buildings, for sure. Also for the next decades, we are quite full with buildings in Europe. So this is a great addition to have also luminaire recognizing. A bit more interesting would be to also scan the LDC.
Yeah, but it is a little bit.
But this is technical, quite interesting. Maybe with some fog into the rooms, and you can scan also the behavior of the light. Next level, next year.
See in the next decade if this is possible.
Yeah.
Let's say next.
the position I have to say is enough. So the bonus is also the shape and so on, which helps in lighting design, okay, to fit the same shape at least, but the positions is something which is really helpful for the daily work with it. It's also possible we can also show this MultiRoom, because we are in a way in some kind of alpha or beta situation with this MultiRoom. This is already working, and now Klaus can show the multiple room we have scanned. This is also interesting. So it's not so far away, this multi-room stuff. So Klaus needs just to share the screen and reorganizing our GoTo once more. There we are. Yeah.
There we are.
So this is a scan of an floor and multi-room.
Yes, we have also seen it a little bit in open. So we have here, if I hide this, then it looks a little bit more. Okay, this is a point where we are, the colleagues from are still working on it, but you will still see that it, at the moment, it really works in an impressive way, so that we are not so far to realize such kind of multi-room or floor processing. Also, we see here, this is already a kind of example of for a kind of placeholder. These are not luminaires. This is something different, but it's a little bit similar to give you an idea how it will later works.
Exactly, and also this kind of special information basically could also be transported to ReluxDesktop. So we are really focused also, or we are really eager also to include detection of special features that you might need in the room. For example, if you're interested in pipes, just let us know, and we can try to create an automated solution that can detect this automatically and create an object from it that can be further processed down the line. So if you have any feature requests, just contact us and let us know.
Yes, especially for maintenance, for building
facility management. So
facility management inside of the building, this would be a very interesting point, not only to scan luminaires, also to scan a lot of other things which are really information which is really known for the facility managers inside of existing buildings.
Yeah, for example, the facility manager needs to know the plants, where to give water to the plants, so that you can make a plan how to water which location. Also interesting. There are a lot of tiny stuff.
The plants.
We also joked around a little bit. That's like if someone spills his coffee on the carpet, he can instantly mark it for the cleaning guys where he spilled the coffee. So it's easy to find.
Yeah, find all the issues on the building. Yeah. Before we go to the questions, also maybe we should talk about accuracy, how detailed and what is the limitations technically on this. Luca, I know there are limitations of the sensor. It has not an infinitive range of detecting.
Exactly. Since we are building the scan on, or the scan is based on a smartphone, the range of the LiDAR sensor is limited. So it's limited to 5 meters currently. This might improve in future with better hardware from Apple side, but currently it's limited to 5 meters. But since you are able to freely move within the room without restrictions, you can also cover like large areas. I think the largest room that we scanned was like about 400 square meters, but it can go even further. So this is one limitation that we currently have, but this will improve in the future.
Okay.
And the measurement. Sorry. The accuracy currently is around is between 2 and 5 centimeters of deviation that we have, and with better hardware, this is also likely to improve in the future.
Yeah. So for lighting, this is fully enough in accuracy. So for lighting calculations, this is perfect. It must not be more accuracy, but I can assume that if you are a carpenter or if you have a new kitchen in your rooms, then it should be lower than 1 centimeter or something, but for lighting, it's perfect. And also once more, before we go to the questions, I want to show you the app that you can find, the real app. Maybe, if possible, here's the QR code to the app, or at least the name and the logo. Metaroom is the name of the app, because there's also a lot of questions regarding where I can get this app, and you can use this QR code if you hold still the video later on in YouTube, and then you can find this app with the QR code, and it's for free. You can use it for free in the app. It starts to cost money if you want to download the ReluxDesktop file or other files out of Metaroom. Okay, then we can go to the questions. In the German round, we had a lot of questions. Let's see how it is in English.
Yes, and the first question is
obviously, what is about Android and Samsung with LiDARs, Luca?
Yeah, that's a very interesting question that we get a lot. We even have a Samsung smartphone with LiDAR here in our office that we ran some tests on, but unfortunately the ecosystem with Google, so with Android and also with Samsung, so it's really scattered. So some phones have LiDAR, others not. Also, like manufacturers such as Samsung are not really committed to the technology, different to Apple. And so it's really hard to develop something for this, because basically you develop something for one specific device, and if this gets outdated, everything was in vain, so the whole development. So we decided, since we are a small startup, we decided to focus on hardware, so mainly, so in this case Apple, where they basically they have a commitment to the LiDAR technology, and so we can guarantee good quality also throughout the wider range of devices and not just a single one. So that's basically the advantage is that now you can use every iPhone Pro since 2020 and iPad Pro, and otherwise if we use a specific Samsung device with a LiDAR sensor and we develop for that specific one, we need to tell you buy just this one. So we try to find the best solution for the customers. And also give them the best accuracy possible in this context.
Yeah. Then one question we already answered according to the name of the app. Greetings to Zizek. Hi. Yeah, we have one guy who has 3 questions, but I guess the half of we have also already covered. So what is the distance of measurement on the phone? How is the distance calibrated? So maybe question of calibration, I guess this is something hardware related, so there's not a calibration where you need to have a meter of distance, so it's calibrated automatically, or
yeah, it's calibrated by Apple during the manufacturing of the phone. And since this is also used, so the LiDAR sensor is also used for photography, where focus distance is really important to get sharp pictures, and also our internal tests revealed basically that it's really accurate, so within a few centimeters, so 2 to 5 centimeters of deviation, and so it's really accurate, and it just gets better from here on.
Yeah, the question about the accuracy we already covered, and there's a third one.
Yeah, the application seems mainly for office and residential buildings. Is it planned to enlarge the furniture algorithm for other applications, such industrial sites? Yes, of course. The application is also useful for industrial situations, but it's in the nature of this kind of scenes that they are a little bit more complex and sometimes a little bit more problematic. If you have an industrial hall, you can also scan it, but you need to grow up to have the ceiling, for example, if this is in 20-meter height, so you and the range of the LiDAR sensor is actually at 5 meters, you need something which helps you to go up close to the ceiling to make such a scan. So that's a little bit, but as we always told, so there is still working on this product, and it will grow and grow, and also for this kind of extreme ways.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe I can add something. So if you are interested, for example, in object detection, where, for example, some heavy machines from industrial applications you want them to be recognized automatically, similar to the furniture that is now recognized automatically, just let us know, because we capture all the data in form of point clouds and images, and we can do a lot with it actually. But yeah, somehow we need to focus on one part for now, but it's always possible in the future to also be able to recognize such yeah, industry objects or devices within the sea.
Yeah. Okay, then. The question about Android we already covered, so it's a matter of time and a matter of hardware. We are restricted here to LiDAR sensors. It's not some photogrammetry with any kinds of just pictures. It really takes in account the LiDAR sensor technology.
Yeah. Maybe I can add something also here. So we're not saying no to Android at all. Basically, it's just a matter of maybe Google wants to also do something similar that Apple is doing currently, like right now, and enable high accuracy depth measurements. And that's the key, basically, to get our app working. So if Google helps us a little bit, we are also happy to include Android, because yeah, it's always better to have more devices.
Yeah. Good. Then we have a question, a bit of strange. Can you take in consideration a shadow generated by the balcony located above the window outside the building? It could be interpreted in different ways. That we take the shadow and calculate out of the shadow the balcony in 3D, or did we not recognize the shadow, that we have a nice clean window without any disturbance? At the moment, I guess the shadow had not a big impact on it.
Maybe if you want to use the scan for daylight calculation, that it may be important that you have the balcony. Also balcony outside, so kind of outer construction of the room. So I guess we must. I don't know, Luca, if you have an answer for this, but I guess we must.
Yeah, it's a very complicated question. I'm really not sure what's meant with it. What needs to be captured.
Yeah, in Relux, it's possible also to have objects outside the room, outside the building, which blocks the daylight. So you can model a tree, you can model a balcony, or another facade vis-a-vis of your location. But this is, I guess, too much for the scan app to also reconstruct the outdoor area surrounding the building.
It's really focused on indoor rooms, because we don't want to like create very detailed meshes, like Klaus already mentioned before. So this is not our goal. Our goal is to create parameterized models that can be easily processed in further workflows.
Yeah. Here is an interesting question. Can it also work with external LiDAR scanners?
Basically, yes. So we had a version working with basically just RGB data, so RGB images and depth data, and we created some algorithms to create a 3D point cloud out of it. But yeah, since Apple gave us basically, or helped us with this, and gave us some kind of also 3D point cloud creation, namely the AR kit API, it was not necessary for us to do this on our own, because like you can always build like everything on your own, but then you probably will never finish.
Okay, thank you.
Here's an interesting one about VR applications, so virtual reality. Will it be possible in future to be able to upload the room to an Oculus Quest or some other VR stuff directly out of Metaroom?
So now it's already possible to export the 3D models in different types of 3D data, for example, also OBJ files. And as far as I know, such OBJ models can be loaded with different AR headsets. Just have a look into applications in the respective app stores. So you can already do that now, but there is no like direct link which connects the two. But yeah, in the future, I guess when VR is really picking up, could be an interesting application, of course,
Yeah.
to have a more direct connection.
I have to add that we have also some kind of 3D technology also in ReluxDesktop, a bit of old-fashioned one. We had once years ago some kind of stereo shutter glasses which you can connect, and we have still in the corner of the software there's a feature where you can have in stereo view of it. If it's compatible with VR, I have no clue. In this age, there was just stereo monitors available, and yeah, probably you get headache of it. But maybe we can reveal this technology from desktop. But yeah, it's a question of how you interoperate with this. Okay.
Okay, next one. Can the scanner app take into account different type of stylings? For example, sawtooth, circular, and stylings. This is what we told. This is one of the points we are actually working on it, and it will be available soon in one of the next versions.
Yeah, exactly. So mid September.
Mid of September.
Mid of September. Okay.
Do you need an active internet connection during the scan?
No, you don't need it. So the app is designed in a way that basically scanning can be done also offline. The internet connection is just needed to upload the data to our cloud platform, so to our 2D reconstruction service.
What about the material selection? Does the app see an update coming for this in the future?
So currently it's a prototype. Where we try to basically generate textures. Also, we try to recognize different materials. So if you know, in the 3D rendering world, it's called PRDF materials. So this is an active prototype. It's also internally developed a little bit still. If there's enough interest, we can also try to focus more on this type. For now, regarding light planning, we focused on the dominant color of the surfaces from which the reflectivity, correct me if I'm wrong, or is it called reflectance in English? I'm not sure.
Reflectance, yeah.
Reflectance value can be directly inferred.
Yeah.
And I noticed when scanning the room in your example, some objects such as the mouse was ignored. What is the lower limit in terms of size of items which are captured?
Yeah, currently it's not so much the size. So the problem is not so much the size, but the number or the type of objects that we can recognize. So for now, we can recognize 18 different types of objects. So this ranges from chairs to sofas, fireplaces, tables, sinks, dishwashers, ovens, and such. So it's more focused on office and residential buildings. But basically, if there is interest in recognizing other types of objects, yes, we are open to it, because we capture everything in the scan, and we just need to evolve our algorithm to also include other types of objects. So yeah, regarding the size, maybe because of the resolution of the LiDAR sensor, maybe 20 centimeters around that is a lower limit, maybe that where you cannot recognize objects anymore.
Okay. So, and one final question, and then we have to close this session. Do you need to pay to open the scan in Relux, or when you open it with third-party software? This was answered in a way. You can use the app for free. You can use also Metaroom with an account for free and check your scan and see your scan. You pay with this credit system by downloading the ReluxDesktop file to your computer, and then you can open this file as much as possible, as long as possible. You can do whatever you want for free. After this, the download is the magic gap to pay to have it on your computer as a ReluxDesktop file or in the other formats. This is the business model. Also, maybe to mention, really last thing, if you have a client where you want to have him scan your room and you want to cover the scanning, then it's also possible to share the scan. You can share the scan with somebody who is willing to pay and really ready to download it as a ReluxDesktop file. And if you have the desktop file, you can freely share this desktop file with other colleagues, with lighting designers. So this should work quite well. We had use cases in mind where a sales representative from a manufacturer goes out and has contact with clients and scan the facilities, and then in-house in the office somebody else is using this Relux file and working a lighting design out of it. Yeah, and that's all. So we are happy to have you here, Luca. It was great to have this occasion. First time that we have in Fun with Relux an external colleague with it. We should do this more, I have to say. It's fun.
I guess we will have about this issue. We will have some more topics in, let's say, in the next year, and so hopefully, if you also liked it, we will glad to see you again.
Yeah, and follow this up with luminar detections and everything. Yeah. Okay, the really last point on my list is to inform you about the next session. Next session is episode 25 on the 24th of August, also on Thursday, 10 and 14 CET. And the next topic is the daylight economy. We will go to daylight again and deal with all the economy and efficiency parts of daylight calculations.
Yeah.
Also nice topic. Okay, then.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Have fun. Have a nice summer, and see you in late August again.
Okay. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.